Welcome back to our channel, Besties. Today is a beautiful, chaotic day, and we are so ready to dive into the absolute madness that just went down in Genoa City. Grab your snacks, hydrate, and buckle up, because we have so much to unpack right now. Stop what you are doing, you guys. I am deceased. I am literally shaking, clutching my emotional support iced coffee, and pacing a hole into my living room floor. Wait, we need to talk about this now. Send help, my soul has actually left my body. I am filming this while I'm running errands because I genuinely could not hold this in for another second. The Abbott Mansion is officially a crime scene of emotional damage, and I am personally victimized by the writers right now. I cannot even begin to process the sheer audacity of what Jack Abbott just did. My brain is visibly buffering from the absolute cinematic mayhem we just witnessed, and we are spilling all the tea right now. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Okay, remember the absolute dumpster fire that was the yacht incident? Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on, but seriously, the yacht. We have to set the scene because I am still recovering. Diane catching Jack and Patty Williams in that compromising and hinged situation on the boat was already enough to send me into orbit. I was mid-skincare when that episode aired and I literally smeared charcoal mask all over my expensive white rug because I yelped so loud. I had to yeet my phone across the room because the second-hand embarrassment was physically painful. Jack Abbott, a whole billionaire patriarch, getting caught up in Patty's chaotic web while his wife is right there. Bestie, be for real right now. They are officially on my do not perceive list. So basically, Diane is traumatized. Legit traumatized. And who can blame her? She is having these horrific, vivid nightmares that are straight up terrifying. Let's dissect the tea with absolute cinematic mayhem, narrating the chaos like a high-octane psychological masterpiece where the stakes are astronomical. Diane is tossing and turning in the Abbott Mansion, and the lighting is giving major A24 for horror movie vibes. In her dream, Jack is advancing toward her, but his face is shadowed, the energy is completely warped, and the suffocating, obsessive aura of Patty Williams is just dripping from the walls. Diane wakes up gasping for air, clutching the sheets, and I am literally hyperventilating right now just thinking about it. The psychological warfare this woman is enduring is genuinely too much. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Jack actually gets a hopeful text message. Yes, in the middle of all this darkness and impending divorce drama, Jack's phone pings. And don't even get me started on the vibes of Jack Abbott texting like, does he use emojis? Does he type with one index finger? I need to know. But anyway, he gets this text, and it's the first beacon of hope he's had since the whole yacht catastrophe started. It's this tiny glimmer of light that makes him think, okay, maybe I can salvage my marriage. Maybe Diane and I can actually survive this. He looks at his screen like he's just won the lottery, and for a split second, I genuinely thought we were going to get a healthy, mature resolution. So Jack and Diane finally sit down to talk. The tension in that living room is so thick you could cut it with a butter knife. Jack is doing that classic, intense Jack Abbott soul-staring thing, looking deeply into Diane's eyes. He is swearing up and down that she is the only woman for him. He's basically begging her to believe that Patty means absolutely nothing to him, that Diane is his entire world, his endgame, his everything. And Diane, bless her heart, wants to believe him so badly. You can see the walls coming down just a fraction of an inch. They are talking through the mess, resolving the immediate trauma, and for a minute I was like, wow, growth, we love to see it. Wait. I'm glitching? Okay, back to the main event. Because if you thought Jack Abbott was actually going to be honest and transparent, you clearly haven't been watching this show. Jack is straight up lying by omission. He is keeping the most radioactive secret ever. While he's holding Diane's hands and promising her the moon, he is secretly plotting to use Patty Williams as a pawn in his obsessive, Never-ending war against Victor Newman. I am screaming. Jack's hatred for the mustache is so deep that he is willing to risk his newly repaired marriage to play 4D chess with a woman who is dangerously obsessed with him. And let's just veer off into a completely random tangent for a second. Did anyone else notice the grandfather clock ticking in the background during this scene? It was so loud. Tick tock, just counting down the seconds until Jack's life inevitably explodes. It was giving me such severe anxiety I almost had to mute my TV. And the aesthetic of that room. The velvet pillows, honestly impeccable, but totally distracting from the fact that Jack is making the worst decisions of his entire life. Okay, snapping back to the main tea. Keeping this Victor revenge plot a secret from Diane is the most unhinged choice ever. Jack cannot be sneaking around with Patty Williams, the woman who literally poisoned his niece Summer back in the day. Like, do we not remember the history? Patty is not a stable chess piece, Jack. She is a live grenade with the pin pulled out. Jack thinks he can manipulate her to take down Victor, but he is basically playing Candyland in a minefield. Diane already has severe PTSD from catching them together. And if she finds out Jack is still having secret rendezvous with Patty to discuss strategy, she is going to pack her bags and burn the house down on her way out. Jack finally realizes that sneaking around behind Diane's back is a terrible idea. He knows he can't keep the alliance a secret forever, especially not with Diane's paranoia at an all-time high. So he decides he needs to come clean. He needs to confess his grand master plan to his wife. But instead of saying, "Hey honey, I'm pretending to be close to Patty so I can get dirt on Victor. Please bear with me," Jack Abbott decides to choose violence. He chooses absolute, unadulterated chaos. I literally had to pause the screen and walk laps around my kitchen island because I was physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of what came out of this man's mouth. Jack looks Diane dead in the eye. The air pressure in the room drops. The music swells into this dramatic, terrifying crescendo. And Jack says, and I quote, "My jaw is still firmly attached to the floor. I am going to marry Patty. You guys, I am deceased. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. I am going to marry Patty." He tells Diane to stop fighting it, to just accept it. He says it like he's ordering a coffee at Crimson Lights. He thinks this is the brilliant solution to his Victor Newman problem. To fake marry or actually marry Patty Williams to seal the deal on his revenge plot, Diane is completely paralyzed. She is struck dumb. The silence in that room was louder than a jet engine. Her face just shatters into a million pieces. Why would Jack say that? Why would he think that telling his current wife that he is going to marry his obsessed stalker is a good idea? I am calling it right now. The villain arc is about to go nuclear, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because there is no coming back from this. Diane is going to absolutely lose her mind, and frankly, I will support her rights and her wrongs. Jack has officially lost his grip on reality. I am so deep in this lore that my own grip on reality is slipping. This specific betrayal personally attacked my soul, and I am not okay. I need to go lie down in a dark room and stare at the ceiling for 5 to 7 business days. Besties, let me know in the comments if you are also spiraling over this, because I cannot do this alone.